Welcome back to our channel, Valuable Coins Hub. These rare Lincoln penny coins make people rich. Let's find out why. Don't miss out one of these who know a single coin make you rich. Number 1. Today, we're diving into something that might be sitting quietly in your pocket or forgotten in a jar at home. The 1991 Lincoln penny. At first glance, it might look like just another 1-cent coin. But what if I told you that one of these little copper beauties sold for a staggering amount of money? That's right. Some versions of the 1991 Lincoln penny are not just rare, they are extremely valuable. And by the end of this video, you'll find out exactly what to look for and why one of these coins was sold for $56,000. Let's start with the basics. The 1991 Lincoln penny is a copper-plated zinc coin, weighing just 2.5 grams. It features Abraham Lincoln on the front and the iconic Lincoln Memorial on the back. It's one of the most produced coins in American history. Millions were made. But here's the twist. Not all of them were made the same. Some 1991 pennies left the U.S. Mint with rare errors or unexpected features, and that's what makes certain ones incredibly valuable to collectors today. One of the most famous and sought-after errors is known as the close AM reverse. Typically, in 1991, the letters A and M in the word America on the back of the penny should be spaced apart. But a few rare coins were mistakenly struck with the close AM reverse, which was only intended for proof coins. This tiny detail, barely noticeable unless you're really looking, can turn an ordinary penny into a collector's dream. These close AM versions are extremely rare, and if you happen to find one, you could be holding something worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. But that's not all. Some 1991 pennies also feature double die errors, where certain parts of the design appear doubled. This can happen on the date, the word Liberty, or even on Lincoln's eye. These doubling effects are dramatic and easy to spot once you know what to look for. Collectors absolutely love these kinds of errors because they're unique. No two are exactly the same. And when you combine a strong double die with a coin in great condition, the price starts climbing fast. Another exciting error to keep an eye out for is the off-center strike. These coins were misaligned during the minting process, causing part of the design to shift out of place. The more off-center the strike, the more valuable the coin, especially if the date is still visible. It gives the coin a wild, one-of-a-kind look that makes collectors eager to grab them for their collections. Now, let's talk about condition. Even if your 1991 penny doesn't have an obvious error, its value can still increase dramatically if it's in mint or near-mint condition. Coins that have never been circulated and still shine with their original luster are known as mint state coins, and these are always more desirable. But if you're lucky enough to find a rare error coin in mint state condition, that's when things get truly exciting. So how much can a 1991 penny really be worth? Here comes the best part. One incredibly rare version of this penny, featuring a rare mint error and in pristine condition, was sold at auction for a life-changing amount. An unbelievable $56,000. Yes, a single 1-cent coin sold for $56,000. Just imagine finding that in your pocket change. So before you toss that penny aside or slide it into a coin jar, take a closer look. Check the spacing between the letters. Look for any doubling. Examine the strike. You never know. That little coin could be worth a fortune. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share it with other collectors and treasure hunters. And tell us in the comments, have you checked your 1991 pennies yet? Until next time, keep your eyes open and your change close, because you never know when your next big find will be hiding in plain sight. Number 2. Have you ever held onto a penny without thinking twice about it? Maybe it jingled in your pocket, got tossed into a coin jar, or was handed back as change and forgotten about. But what if I told you that a 1989 Lincoln penny, yes, that ordinary-looking coin, could be worth thousands of dollars today? Stick around, because what you're about to hear might change how you look at your spare change forever. The 1989 Lincoln penny might not seem like anything special at first glance. It features the classic design we all recognize: Abraham Lincoln's profile on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the back. As part of a long-running series that started in 1959. Millions, actually billions, of these were struck by the U.S. Mint. So, why would one of them be worth a fortune? Here's where it gets fascinating. Among those billions of pennies, just a few slipped through the cracks of perfection. They carry minting errors and rare characteristics that set them apart from the rest, making them extremely valuable to collectors. And believe it or not, some of those error coins are hiding in plain sight, waiting to be discovered. One of the first things to look for in a 1989 Lincoln penny is a double die error. This happens when the die that stamps the design onto the coin shifts slightly between strikes, creating a noticeable doubling effect on certain parts of the coin. Pay close attention to the date, 1989, the word liberty, and the motto, "In God We Trust." If these elements appear slightly doubled, you could be looking at a highly collectible coin. Another exciting variation is the off-center strike. These coins were misaligned during the minting process, causing part of the design to be missing or shifted dramatically to one side. Some off-center 1989 pennies show 10, 20, even 30% of the design missing, and the more extreme the error while still showing the date, the higher the value. But wait, there's another hidden detail collectors absolutely go wild for. In rare cases, the wrong planchet was used to strike a coin. Imagine finding a 1989 penny struck on a dime planchet, meaning it's smaller, thinner, and silver in color. These dramatic mint errors are incredibly rare, and they're like winning the coin collector's lottery. And then there are die cracks, clipped planchets, and broad strikes, each a type of error that transforms a common coin into something unique, historic, and valuable. These mint mistakes aren't just flaws. They're stories. They're evidence of a moment when the machines didn't follow the rules. And those moments are pure gold in the eyes of collectors. Let's not forget the importance of condition. A 1989 penny that's never been circulated, with its full original shine, is already worth more than one that's been beaten up in someone's pocket. Coin experts use a grading scale, and anything that falls into the mint state range, especially MS65 and above, instantly becomes more appealing to buyers. Now combine mint state condition with a rare error, and you've got something truly special on your hands. It's the combination of these factors, the rarity of the error, the sharpness of the strike, the beauty of the coin surface, that creates value in the coin world. Collectors are always searching, always hunting, always hoping to find that one coin that everyone else overlooked. And in the case of the 1989 Lincoln penny, someone did. Because one of these rare pennies, a perfect storm of error, rarity, and condition, was sold at auction for a jaw-dropping, unbelievable $59,000. Yes, you heard that right. A $59,000 penny. So the next time you come across a 1989 Lincoln cent, don't just toss it aside. Examine it carefully. Look for doubling. Check the edges. Notice any strange shapes or shifts in design. That plain little coin could be a hidden treasure. Thanks for watching. And if this video inspired you to check your own collection, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more stories of rare coins, unbelievable values, and hidden pieces of history waiting to be discovered. Share this video with a fellow collector or anyone who might be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it. Number 3. We're diving deep into the fascinating world of the 1992 Lincoln penny. A coin that might look ordinary but hides some incredible secrets. Stick with me, because by the end of this video you'll understand why certain 1992 pennies are worth way more than just 1 cent, and how some have sold for a mind-blowing amount of money. The 1992 Lincoln penny might seem like just another everyday coin. It features the timeless portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the back, a design that has been part of American history for decades. Millions of these coins were minted, flooding pockets and coin jars across the country. But amid the sea of pennies, a few stand out, thanks to rare minting errors and unique characteristics that collectors absolutely crave. One of the most talked about features in 1992 pennies is the double die error. This error happens when the coin's design is stamped twice with slight misalignment, causing certain letters and numbers to appear doubled. If you look closely at the date, 1992, or the word liberty, you might notice a faint shadow or doubling effect. These double dies aren't just cool to see. They make the coin rare and more valuable. Collectors often hunt for these coins because each double die is a little piece of minting history gone wonderfully wrong. Another fascinating variation to watch for is the wide AM and close AM differences on the reverse side of the coin. These terms refer to the spacing between the letters A and M in America. Normally, the 1992 penny features the close AM spacing, but a few rare ones were mistakenly struck with the wide AM reverse. which is more commonly found on proof coins. This subtle difference can significantly increase a coin's value because it's an unintentional and rare variation. But there's more. Some 1992 pennies were minted with off-center strikes, where the coin's design is noticeably shifted to one side, leaving part of the coin blank or incomplete. The more off-center the strike, the more valuable the coin, especially if the date remains fully visible. These off-center pennies are like little works of art, unique and unpredictable, making them prized finds in any collection. Die cracks and clipped planchets are other error types that pop up occasionally in 1992 pennies. Die cracks appear as raised lines on the surface of the coin, caused by tiny breaks in the minting dies. Clipped planchets happen when the metal blanks used for coins are accidentally clipped, resulting in a coin with missing sections or irregular shapes. Both types of errors can raise the value of a coin substantially, especially if the coin is in good condition. Speaking of condition, the grade of your coin matters a lot. A 1992 penny that has been circulated and worn will usually have minimal value beyond face value, unless it has one of these rare errors. But if you find a 1992 penny in mint state condition, meaning it looks almost brand new, with sharp details and original shine, that's when collectors start to pay serious attention. Combine mint state condition with a rare error, and you've got a recipe for something very special. Now, why do collectors go crazy for these pennies? Because they're a snapshot of a tiny moment in minting history, when a machine made a rare mistake or when something unusual happened during production. These imperfections tell a story, and owning one means owning a piece of that story. So, how much can a rare 1992 Lincoln penny really be worth? Here's the big reveal. One of these extraordinary pennies, featuring rare mint errors and preserved in pristine condition, recently sold for an astounding $50,000. That's right, $50,000 for a coin that most people think of as just a penny. The next time you pick up a 1992 Lincoln penny, take a closer look. Inspect the letters, check the spacing on the back, and see if anything looks doubled, shifted, or unusual. You could be holding a rare treasure without even knowing it. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed learning about this incredible coin, please hit the like button and subscribe for more exciting coin discoveries. Share this video with your fellow collectors, and let us know in the comments if you've ever found a rare penny or if you're going to search your change now. Number 4. What if I told you that one of the most ordinary looking coins in your change, a simple 1983 Lincoln penny, could actually be worth a small fortune? Yes, a coin that millions of people carried, spent, and overlooked for decades is now turning heads in the coin collecting world. So don't go anywhere, because what we're about to reveal will change the way you look at pennies forever. Especially the 1983 Lincoln cent, a coin with a secret that could make it worth thousands of dollars. Let's start with a little background. The 1983 Lincoln penny looks like any other from that era. It has President Abraham Lincoln's bust on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the back. It's part of a design that ran for 50 years. But here's the detail that matters. Starting in 1982, the U.S. Mint switched from making pennies mostly out of copper to using a zinc core with a thin copper coating. That change in composition is exactly what led to one of the most exciting minting errors in modern U.S. coin history. You see, in 1983, the U.S. Mint was still adjusting to the new materials and minting process. And that's when something unusual happened. A small number of 1983 pennies were mistakenly struck on solid copper planchets, leftover blanks from before the switch. While most 1983 pennies should weigh 2.5 grams because of their zinc core, these rare copper ones weigh 3.1 grams, and that tiny weight difference makes a massive difference in value. So how do you know if your 1983 penny is one of the valuable ones? Simple. Start with a scale. If it weighs 3.1 grams, you might just be holding one of the rare copper planchet errors. But it gets even more interesting. There are also double die errors in some 1983 pennies. These are coins that were struck twice with a slight shift between impressions. This creates a doubling effect, often seen on the words "Liberty," "In God We Trust," or even the date. If you spot that doubling with the naked eye or under a magnifying glass, hold on tight, because double die coins are among the most popular and valuable error types in numismatics. But there's one specific variation that collectors talk about more than anything else: the 1983 double die reverse penny. That's right, not the front, but the back of the coin. In this rare version, the letters and lines on the Lincoln Memorial, and the words 1 cent and United States of America appear doubled. It's dramatic, it's rare, and it's incredibly desirable. Add to that some other types of errors like off-center strikes, die cracks, or clipped planchets, and the possibilities become even more exciting. Each of these minting mistakes turns a regular coin into a one-of-a-kind piece. And in the collector world, one-of-a-kind often means big bucks. Now, if your coin is both rare and in mint state condition, that means it has never been circulated and still has that original red shine. Its value can climb even higher. In fact, the quality or grade of a coin can make a huge difference. The better preserved the coin, the more collectors are willing to pay. Why are collectors willing to spend so much? Because these rare pennies represent historical moments, unintentional, fleeting errors that were never meant to exist. They're survivors. They're conversation pieces. They're trophies for people who spend their lives searching through rolls of coins, hoping for that one magical find. And in the case of the 1983 penny, one of those magical finds became reality. Because one of these rare and exceptional 1983 Lincoln cents, struck in error and in beautiful condition, sold for an incredible jaw-dropping $54,000. Yes, $54,000. For a single penny. So before you toss your change aside or ignore those older coins in your drawer, take a second look. That small, copper-colored coin from 1983 could be your hidden treasure. Grab a magnifying glass, get a scale, and pay attention to the details because fortune favors the observant. Thanks for joining me today. If you love rare coin stories and real-life treasure hunts, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more videos just like this one. And let us know in the comments. Have you checked your 1983 pennies yet? Number 5 and last unique coin, you're about to discover the story of a 2001 Lincoln penny. A coin most people wouldn't give a second glance. It's tiny, it's common, and it's been in millions of pockets across America. But what if I told you that one of these pennies could actually be worth a small fortune? That's right, 1 cent turning into tens of thousands of dollars. Now before you rush to your coin jar, let's talk about what makes this seemingly ordinary coin so special, and why collectors are hunting for rare 2001 Lincoln pennies like buried treasure. The 2001 Lincoln penny was part of the long-running series that featured the profile of President Abraham Lincoln on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. The design is classic, clean, and familiar, so familiar that people often overlook it entirely. But here's the secret. A handful of 2001 pennies were struck with rare minting errors that make them incredibly valuable. Let's break it down. Point 1. Of the most exciting and collectible errors to look for is the double die. These happen when the coin is struck more than once by the die, but slightly off each time. The result? Key parts of the design appear doubled. On the 2001 penny, this could show up in the date, the word liberty, or in God we trust. If you spot any signs of doubling, especially visible to the naked eye or under a magnifying glass, you could be looking at a rare and highly desirable piece. Another type of error that makes the 2001 penny worth serious money is the off-center strike. This happens when the blank metal planchet isn't aligned properly with the dies that strike the design. The result is a coin with part of the design missing or shifted to one side. The more off-center the strike, while still showing the date, the more valuable the coin becomes. Now here's where things get even more interesting. There are also documented cases of 2001 Lincoln pennies struck on the wrong planchet, meaning the coin was accidentally struck on a blank meant for another denomination, like a dime or even a foreign coin. These types of errors are extremely rare, but when they do appear, collectors will compete fiercely to own them. Why? Because no two are exactly alike. They're like miniature minting accidents frozen in time. And don't forget about other common yet collectible errors, like die cracks, clipped planchets, and broad strikes. These may seem small, but they add character and uniqueness that collectors absolutely love, especially when the coin is still in mint state condition, showing no signs of wear and full original shine. Let's not underestimate the power of condition. Even without errors, a 2001 penny in pristine, uncirculated condition can be worth more than face value to collectors building full sets. But when you combine excellent condition with a rare mint error, that's when the real excitement begins. So why do collectors care so much about these tiny flaws? Because these rare coins are reminders that even the most precise machines, even the US Mint itself, sometimes slip up. And when they do, they create something rare, something different, and something that no one else can duplicate. It's not just about the value, it's about the story, the uniqueness, the thrill of the hunt. And yes, that thrill can turn into something much bigger. Because one incredibly rare 2001 Lincoln penny, featuring a dramatic mint error and preserved in stunning condition, was sold for a jaw-dropping, life-changing amount of $50,000. Yes, $50,000 for a coin most people would toss into a tip jar without a second thought. So, the next time you come across a penny, especially one from 2001, don't ignore it. Take a closer look. Examine it carefully. That little copper coin might just be hiding a mistake worth more than its weight in gold. Thanks for watching, and if you found this video helpful or fascinating, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more rare coin stories and unbelievable finds. Leave a comment below if you've ever discovered an error coin or if you're grabbing a magnifying glass right now to inspect your own change. Until next time, happy hunting, and remember, even a penny can be priceless.